What if the most dangerous monster wasn't the one who hunted you, but the one who understood you? What if love wasn't about possession, control, or obsession, but about transformation, even if that transformation destroyed you? This is not a story about brutality hiding behind manners. This is not a story about intelligence weaponized for cruelty. This is a story about intimacy without restraint. This is episode 25. The Philosophy of Hannibal Lecter from 2013 TV series. Hannibal played by Mads Mikkelsen and the final chapter of Arc 5. Love, obsession, and the violence of intimacy. Not the Hannibal who cages minds and toys with them from behind glass, but the Hannibal who sits across from you, listens, mirrors you, and gently invites you to become something else. This is Beyond the Villain, where we unmask evil, one story at a time. And in today's episode, we explore a villain whose greatest weapon isn't violence, fear, or domination. It is recognition. Hannibal Lecter is not driven by chaos. He is not driven by revenge. He is not driven by power. He is driven by a belief far more dangerous. That, to truly love someone, you must help them become who they really are, no matter the cost. In the television series, Hannibal Lecter does not arrive as a criminal. He arrives as a psychiatrist, educated, cultured, refined. He is trusted by institutions meant to protect society from violence, not create it. Hannibal moves through elite spaces effortlessly. He hosts dinners, he offers counsel, he heals the wounded psyches of others. Where society labels violence as pathology, Hannibal sees it as expression. To him, brutality is not sickness, it is honesty. He believes most people live dishonestly, suppressing desire, aggression, and instinct in order to remain acceptable. Hannibal does not suppress. He refines. The encounter with Will Graham. When Hannibal meets Will Graham, something shifts. Will can empathize so deeply with killers that he reconstructs their inner worlds, feeling their thoughts, impulses, and urges as if they were his own. But this gift fractures him. Will feels too much, sees too clearly, and cannot escape what he understands. Where others see Will as unstable or broken, Hannibal sees something rare, something incomplete. For the first time, Hannibal doesn't want to dominate. He doesn't want to consume. He wants to cultivate. Some people aren't broken, they're becoming. To Hannibal, Will Graham is not a patient. He is a work in progress. The turning point is not a murder, it is a decision. Hannibal decides that Will deserves the truth. Not safety, not comfort, but clarity. He withholds medication. He blurs reality. He nudges Will closer to violence. Not out of cruelty, but conviction. Hannibal believes suffering will strip away Will's illusions. That pain will peel back morality. That identity can only emerge under pressure. He frames Will not because he hates him, but because he believes suffering will complete him. Pain doesn't corrupt, it clarifies. Hannibal does not see himself as evil. He sees himself as generous. He believes he offers others the courage to face what they truly are, something society actively forbids. To Hannibal, morality is not protection, it is repression. And repression, in his eyes, is the greatest cruelty of all. Hannibal Lecter represents one of the most chilling philosophical positions in modern fiction. That love is not acceptance, it is evolution. To love someone is not to preserve them, but to help them shed the self they pretend to be. Hannibal does not ask people to change. He invites them to become. And that invitation is what makes him terrifying. To be truly known is to risk being unmade. Hannibal's worldview echoes existentialism, stripped of all ethical restraint. Jean-Paul Sartre argued that authenticity requires confronting freedom and responsibility. Hannibal agrees, but removes responsibility entirely. To him, becoming oneself justifies any consequence. There is also a distorted reflection of Nietzsche, the idea that higher individuals must transcend conventional morality. But where Nietzsche emphasized discipline, self-mastery, and restraint, Hannibal indulges transformation without limits. Freedom without accountability becomes permission. Hannibal does not kill impulsively. Each act is aesthetic, symbolic, intentional. His murders are not crimes in his mind. They are statements. Civilization, to Hannibal, is a mask that suffocates greatness. Removing that mask is, in his philosophy, an act of mercy. Will Graham stands as Hannibal's counterweight. Will believes that understanding darkness does not require surrendering to it. That empathy does not erase accountability. That restraint is not weakness. It is choice. Not every truth deserves to be lived. Where Hannibal sees repression, Will sees responsibility. Where Hannibal sees becoming, Will sees loss. Their conflict is not hero versus villain. It is liberation versus preservation. Anthony Hopkins' Hannibal Lecter embodies aesthetic nihilism. He kills because morality is meaningless, and taste reigns supreme. The TV Hannibal represents something far more dangerous: intimate existentialism. He does not merely consume others, he wants to walk with them into transformation. The movie Hannibal dominates from above. The TV Hannibal stands beside you and lets you choose. Hannibal Lecter resonates today because he mirrors modern dangers. Charismatic manipulators who frame control as understanding. Abusive relationships disguised as personal growth. Therapy language weaponized to justify harm. Cult leaders who promise authenticity through surrender. Hannibal represents intimacy without boundaries, where being fully seen becomes a weapon. Some people don't want to heal you. They want to reshape you. So is Hannibal Lecter evil, or simply the logical extreme of self-actualization without limits? He does not force obedience. He offers permission. Permission to abandon guilt. Permission to shed restraint. Permission to become something terrifying. Honestly, this is the danger. Because when love demands transformation, someone always disappears. When love erases limits, humanity is the first casualty. Hannah Arendt spoke of the banality of evil, harm committed through normalcy. Hannibal embodies something adjacent: the intimacy of evil. Evil not imposed, not commanded, but shared, chosen. Hannibal Lecter is not a monster hiding behind culture. He is intimacy without mercy, understanding without restraint, empathy without ethics. In Arc 5, we have seen love become surveillance, control, replacement. And now, transformation. Hannibal teaches us the final danger: that being fully understood by someone without limits can destroy you more completely than hatred ever could. So let me ask you, is Hannibal Lecter a monster, or the inevitable result of a world obsessed with becoming authentic at any cost? Is being fully seen worth losing who you were? Let me know your thoughts and comment. This is Beyond the Villain, where we unmask evil, one story at a time.